Maston Town Council is planning a major arts festival for later this year, and today we're going to have a look behind the scenes and learn something about how such a big event is organized. In the studio with me is Angela Stavely, the festival director. Welcome, Angela.
Thank you.
Now, lots of towns hold festivals of one sort or another, sometimes to raise funds for local charities, but I believe this is the first one in Maston. This year marks 300 years since the town is thought to have been founded. Is that the reason for the festival? Actually, that connection was only made after the council had reached the decision. But there is a certain amount of prestige attached to holding an arts festival, at least if it's successful. Yes, a lot of towns and cities are known for theirs and attract lots of visitors. Maston is aiming to be in the same league. And when a festival works really well, it brings people together in a way that doesn't happen every day. Exactly. If we achieve that, it'll be a bonus. They are icing on the cake. You were appointed festival director. You've been involved in festivals before, haven't you? Yes, though in a more junior role. Not that I'm an art expert by any means. But through that work, I got to know several of the artists and performers who are going to appear here in Maston. I understand your last full-time job was with the transport company you were in charge with several big projects. That's right. They gave me a good reference and that helped me to get the job with the council. I'm sure it hasn't all been played silly. What's the biggest challenge you faced? Organizing a festival like this means getting all sorts of people involved to do everything from publicity to cleaning the venues, and some of these highly specialized, like sound and lighting. Paying everyone for that work would be prohibitively expensive, so the festival largely depends on volunteers. I've been amazed by how many we have. Far more than we need, to be honest. So I've spent a long time making sure that there's something for everyone to do. Not a problem I had before. Can I ask how having such a responsible job affects you personally? It must be time-consuming and probably very stressful time. All the time, to be honest. And occasionally I find myself on the point of wanting to resign when something really frustrating happens. But you haven't given up so far. Not yet. It helps that by temperament I've always been able to look for solutions rather than blaming other people when things go wrong. One thing I've noticed though is that this job is part of the pattern in my life where I'm frantically busy while the particular activity is underway, then collapsing a heap when it's finished. I need to do something about that, though probably not just yet. Now, what about the program of events? You largely were responsible for that, I presume. Not entirely. I came up with a big picture, the underlying principle that I wanted the festival to reflect, which was, if you think about many arts festivals, the objective is to have a wide range of activities, so there's something for everyone. Now, that's very good, of course, but not terribly original. Exactly. I wanted something a little different, to give people a reason for attending an event, even if they were particularly interested in that particular art form. So many of the events, such as an exhibition of photos of residents, highlight a particular facet of Maston. Another example is a performance of old songs about working in a factory to reflect our industrial past. I like it. Thanks. I'm hoping it'll inspire local clubs to follow up some of the events that the festival has finished. Will you direct more arts festivals? Quite possibly. As an amateur painter and singer myself, it's certainly the field I'm most interested in, though not as a performer. But I make sure I'm involved from the outset. In this case, the town council had drawn up outline plans before I was appointed, and this hasn't always proved helpful. Luckily, my assistant was put in place before I was, so he's been able to fill me in with what happened before I came along. Angela, many thanks.
Thank you.